welcome to the Checkered Floor Garage. This is the Kawasaki Vulcan 750 Maintenance and Service Series, and today we're going to be troubleshooting and fixing an oil leak, specifically with the shift shaft seal. Here we are at the left side of the bike. This is the shift pedal, and the oil leak at the shift shaft seal is coming from right in there. Taking a closer look at the seal, the oil leak is coming right out of the bottom. It's a very small, infrequent leak, but nonetheless it is leaking. As it leaks, I've noticed streaks of oil along the bottom of the case here on the left side, and also small drips of oil after I'm done riding here in the middle side, left side of the motorcycle. Here's a diagram of the shift mechanism. We'll take off the shift pedal lever, and then the part that we're gonna replace to fix the oil leak is right here, part number 3. This is what the part looks like. I got it from Partzilla. It was a couple of bucks, including tax and shipping. The whole thing just cost under $20. Part number 92051-005. Before I remove the shift lever, I'm gonna put the motorcycle on the center stand to hopefully minimize any oil that comes out when I take out the old seal. Before taking off the shift lever, take note of this little dot right there, and we're gonna wanna make sure to align that up with the gap after the job is done and when we put the lever back on. Also, to help me out, I'm just gonna make a little red mark so it further helps remind me that's how we're gonna align it when we're done. This bolt here is a 10 mil. We're gonna go ahead and loosen that and take off the shift lever. Something else that I did to help prevent oil from leaking out when I change out the seal, I put weights in the back of the bike to lift up the front tire to get the whole bike to lean backwards. I'm gonna move this clutch cable out of the way to get us some more clearance to get that shift shaft seal out. All right, just gonna leave it just like that. I'm also gonna take off this left footrest to get some more clearance. To do that, I found the best way is to use a flathead screwdriver to kind of pry the clip, this little circlip off, and then some pliers to take it off, grab it right off there. And then here on the top side, I'm gonna push out this pin and pull that out, and it comes off just like that. Gets us plenty of clearance to get to what we need to get to. I got my shift shaft seal out, and I used 3 different strategies. Before I talk about those though, just take note that you never wanna pry out this seal from in between the seal and the aluminum case. What you wanna do is, as I'm talking about these strategies, stay in between this steel shaft and the seal, right in here. Not here, you wanna be here. So the first thing I tried doing a couple of different times and in a couple of different places around the seal, I took just a machine screw, screwed it in between the steel shaft and the seal, just a little bit, and I used vice grips to pull on the screw. The second strategy I used was these little pick sets. You can pick them up at Ace or Lowe's, probably Harbor Freight too, and just little by little, scraping away at the black gasket, the black rubber material of your seal. I basically picked out the black seal. And then as I picked out more and more, I was able to get more real estate to be able to pry it out. The third, and I think most successful strategy that I was able to employ was using one of these types of screwdrivers. Basically, you want a little thin flathead and some sort of shaft that's nice and robust, some good steel, because I kept using some smaller screwdrivers and I kept bending the shaft. With this larger screwdriver, I was able to get in here, rest the screwdriver on the frame here, and then I was able to just gently hit the screwdriver, and then eventually the seal popped out. So it does take a little bit of time, and honestly just going back and forth between a bunch of different strategies, but once it comes out, you're gonna wanna clean the inside of the shaft. This is what it looks like behind the seal. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up with some paper towel, Q-tips, and a little bit of soapy water too. This is what it looks like after the cleaning. Next, we're gonna get some oil on our new seal and put it on. The oil that I'll be using for lubing is the same oil that I use for my engine, Mold Tool 10W40. I'll soak the seal, get it nice and lubed up, and I'll do the same thing with the shaft on the motorcycle. This is the correct orientation of your seal. You're going to see more of this metal housing layer facing out. The part that faces the motorcycle is here. It's more black, and also you see the spring that's in there. What I'm going to do to help me put this into place is use this 1/2-inch PVC pipe. I just cut it down to roughly 10 inches, and I'm going to use that to help me hammer it into place gently with light to moderate pressure using a mallet. Here's what it looks like when your seal is fully seated. The metal housing, the metal layer that I was showing you on the seal, is going to be flush with the gray aluminum engine casing. Before we put the left footrest on, we're going to go ahead and put this clutch cable back into position. Just like that. I wanted to show in detail how this spring goes on for your left foot pedal, the footrest. Okay, so you got this little piece here. It's kind of like the bottom of the footrest, if you will. The spring has a hook on one side like that, and then the other side, a much smaller hook. So the bigger hook, you want to take that and hook it onto the metal piece like that. And then this other piece here, this is going to go right inside of that hole on the frame. Just like that. And then you put this through, and then you secure it with your clip. You'll know you got it right if there is just a little bit of that spring tension to bring the foot pedal back down. While I'm here, I figured I'd show this. A neat trick I like to use to get these clips off is to use a thin flathead screwdriver, place it in at the top where you see that little gap, and then you twist. And then from there you can either pry it off, or you can just get some pliers or even vice grips and pull the rest of the clip off. And then in order to get the clip back on, again, either using vice grips or you can use pliers, whatever you prefer. I like to grab a piece of the top of the clip, like here on the right, and then you can see I'm grabbing the metal nub there on the left, squeeze, and then you get the clip on, nice and easy. I'm gonna put the shift lever back on, matching not only the red permanent marker mark, but remember the little divot there matches up with the gap here in the shift lever. Forgot to mention, but same as before, this is the 10mm nut, so go ahead and use your 10mm wrench. And that's all there is to it. Take the bike out for a test drive, make sure that that was indeed the root cause of the oil leak. Any questions or comments, put them down below. And I'll also leave a link to a playlist that has a bunch of other service, maintenance, and soon modification videos specific to the Vulcan 750. Thank you for watching.